Hey guys, this is Jason from Outdoor Adventures. Thanks for joining me. Today we're looking at the Cocoon Ultralight Air Core Camp and Hood Pillow. I bought this to replace a Thermarest compressible pillow that was just a little too big and a little too heavy for my taste. The Thermarest pillow was incredibly comfortable, don't get me wrong, it just took up a lot of space in my pack. So this was my solution. Most backpackers, they just simply roll up their clothes, extra clothes that they already have with them, and they use that as their pillow. I've had a lot of neck problems recently, so I needed some kind of neck support option when I'm laying in a tent or in my hammock, and this has been pretty good for me so far. This has been really comfortable. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It's actually roughly the size of a baseball, and it doesn't weigh a lot, and it doesn't take up a lot of pack size, so this is a really good option for me. Let's take it out and I'll show you. The stuff sack is a ripstop nylon, so you don't have to worry about anything. Plus it's reinforced at the seam, so it can't stretch down the stitching, so that's pretty nice. So on one side you have microfiber. It's really soft. I would use this on colder nights, and then if it got hot I would flip it over to the green ripstop nylon side. This thing is also insulated with synthetic fill, so it does provide a little bit of R value. That's probably like a 1 or a 2. It's nothing crazy, but that is insulated, just so you're aware. It takes about 2 full breaths for me to inflate this, so let's get started on that. Okay, and to close the valve, it's just a simple twist either direction, depending on if you're inflating or deflating. Once it's inflated, it measures inflated to about 3 3¾ inches. The length is 14½ inches, and it is 10½ inches long. Well, this way, in height, I guess you would say. Haven't had any problems with the pillow. What I do is it just really comforts and cradles my neck. I just let a little bit of air out for comfort, and I don't really move around all that much. My head just kind of stays right in the middle of the pillow on either side, and it's very comfortable. It's real easy on my neck. In the hammock I'll even deflate it even farther, just because I don't need my neck or my head raised up that much. Really, I can't say anything bad about it, except for one thing, which I'll get into in the end of this review. For now, let's weigh this thing. It's also really easy to pack up. Simply squeeze out all the air, fold it in half, and shove it right back in its stuff sack. Okay, so the weight, it is 3.4 ounces, and for you gram counters out there, that's 96 grams. Now, my only complaint about this pillow is how it's washed. If you guys decide to get this pillow, and I highly recommend it, make sure you don't wash it in the washing machine, and make sure when you're hand washing it, you don't wash it in hot water. It needs to be cool to lukewarm water. And the reason being is that the plastic inflatable core of this pillow, it seems to be, I want to say, stitched on certain contact points of the pillow, namely on the ripstop nylon portion, to where the synthetic fill is inside here. When I washed it, I did a hand wash, and I washed it in semi-hot water. It wasn't scalding hot, but it wasn't lukewarm or cool either. And I found if I wrung it out, the inside had melted a little bit, and I didn't know this until I started peeling back this fabric and seeing what the heck was going on with it. But it had separated from the pillow itself, and it was just kind of like stuck together. Even after trying to inflate it a while, I couldn't get it back to the size. So like I said, my only complaint is how this is washed. Make sure you wash it in, I would say just wash it in cold water. You know, just maybe with a soft bristle brush, a toothbrush kind of thing. And make sure you don't put it in the washing machine, because you will ruin it. Luckily, I bought this at REI for around 26 bucks, and I was able to return it. You know, I told them what happened. I followed the instructions on this thing. It says hand wash in lukewarm water, no bleach, no dry clean, no tumble dry, don't iron. But I washed it in hotter water, so it was my mistake. I didn't think that it would be that messed up. And make sure when you dry it, just hang it over something, hang it over a line, and dry it that way. Other than that, guys, I love this thing. I mean, it's really comfortable. It doesn't get sweaty, and it isn't too hot or too cold on yourself, on your head. And I could use this in a hammock. I could use this straight on the ground in a tent, and it's just a comfortable pillow all around. I mean, I even switched to this to test it out before I went on trips to make sure it was comfortable in my bed, and it was amazingly comfortable. I had tried an Xped Ultralight pillow. I can't remember the name of it, but it weighed an ounce less than this, and it just was not comfortable. So for an extra ounce, this is my go-to pillow, the Cocoon Ultralight Aircore Camp and Hood pillow. And also, this fits directly into a mummy bag hood, and it stays in place all night. You won't even be able to tell it's there. So it won't move around on you, that is. If you guys have any questions about the pillow itself, go ahead and in the comments below, let me know. You can also probably see this pillow in multiple ones of my other videos, so check them out if you want to know more information or about comfort level, which is, I say, a 10 out of a 10. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I hope this helps somebody.